The East African nation of Sudan has been plunged into chaos, with violence in its capital of Khartoum resulting in hundreds of civilian casualties and thousands of people displaced. The bustling port city of Port Sudan on the Red Sea has seen the majority of displaced refugees flock to it in the hopes of securing a place on one of the many vessels headed over to Saudi Arabia. With the conflict escalating, people are becoming desperate to flee the unrest. The scenes on the waterfront of Port Sudan have been staggering, with many people having to string cloth to chairs and railings to form makeshift tents, while those not lucky enough to find tents are forced to take refuge in a local amusement park. Temperatures hit over 104 degrees Fahrenheit, and flights out are expensive and in short supply, leaving evacuees in an increasingly perilous situation. In response, Saudi Arabia has kicked off a major evacuation operation with warships and chartering private vessels to help get people to safety. As of Sunday, 5,197 people of 100 nationalities have been rescued, but with the majority of evacuees only holding Sudanese passports, the demand for places on the vessels has outstripped supply, and those without dual nationals are finding it impossible to flee. The journey from Port Sudan to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia's second biggest city, is 180 miles and must be heartbreaking for those able to make it on board, leaving behind their families in the midst of chaos. The head of Saudi Arabia's General Department of Passports said the country would grant free visas to evacuees as long as they had plans to leave the kingdom. The U.S. has also been providing assistance with the evacuation, with close to 1,000 U.S. citizens already rescued since the violence erupted. But with a fragile ceasefire just extended, many more are still trying to escape, and the aid that has started to arrive in Port Sudan is only a short-term relief. Neither side in the conflict is backing down, and the true number of casualties is still unclear, with reports of heavy fighting and shelling still taking place in Khartoum. The future of Sudan looks increasingly uncertain, but evacuees hope that with the help of the U.S. and Saudi Arabia, they can get to safety and start to rebuild their lives.